Good evening. Welcome to ORP TV. I'm Craig Stagner coming to you from the JK Auto Repair Studio. JK Auto Repair is a full-service car care provider located in Ozark, Missouri, 2301 Selmore Road. John and Lance and Zach over there, man, they treat us like family, and they'll do the same for you. Just saw pictures earlier of John King's camper, and he had his dog with him. That dog is a character now. He'll come after you, but don't worry, he won't bite you. Go over and see John and Lance and Zach and let them take care of you like they do us. This is the All Parts Auto Salvage Weekend Show. All Parts Auto Salvage with two locations in Springfield. 2600 North Benton is the salvage yard. 425 East Kearney is the parts store. Walk right in. Two things. Walk right in. Grab your parts that you need. Some of those are pre-pulled. And if you go this week, you can tell Krista happy birthday from today, because Krista Holsted had a birthday today. I'm guessing 22, 23, because she looks fantastic. That of all the accomplishments Alton Holsted's had, and there's been a lot of them, Krista's probably the best one. So Krista, happy birthday today. Want to thank, as always, our sponsors, JK's and All Parts Auto Salvage, Hillbilly Speedway in Fairgrove, Missouri, Hodges Tree Trimming, Fink Miner Transfer and Storage, Home Sweet Home Realty, Renee Frizzell, Rochelle Summers Toys for Tots, Appleton Imaging, Sigs and Swigs, DTA Bear Paws and Gloves, Twister Alley Raceway in Butterfield, Missouri Motocross Hall of Fame, and the ICWF Independent Circuit Wrestling Federation, and Top Rope Television. Be sure to subscribe to Top Rope Television on YouTube. Before things get started, since Halloween is getting real close, I want to tell you that Heather Van Cleve from Twister Alley Raceway sent me this photo earlier from Fast Lane Photography. Go over and give them a like. They have a page. Tons of go-kart racing photos, just absolutely outstanding. Love this one, of course, and they have pricing there, so don't do that thing where you copy a photo offline and then you go have it printed. These people are making this service available to you for free. Pay the $10 and get a great big beautiful print from them, and do business with them. So thank you to Fastlane Photography for taking the photo, and thank you, Heather, for sending that to us. Rainouts were definitely a problem this week. We had Bonne Terre, Hillbilly Speedway, Monette, and Springfield, all with rainouts. Now, whenever with this rainy kind of weather, we deal with it in the spring and sometimes in the fall. We'll do the very best we can. If you're wondering before you head out to a track whether they're rained out and what to go to, we'll always post this logo and try to keep it as up to date as possible. Just got news a little bit ago that the MoCan CDRA bracket finals had wrapped up in Osbury, Missouri. I talked to Larry Hunt yesterday. They were a little iffy on this because of the incoming rain. They started at 9 a.m. this morning. I know they did the juniors and sports mods yesterday. They were hesitant to send the no electronics and super pros because of the high horsepower down the track. So they started that at 9 a.m. this morning to get done. So the results on that, Saturday, you had the sportsman class. Zach Klein from Monette takes the win in the finals over Art Osborne from Lincoln, Arkansas. Junior dragsters, Cade Peak from Mulberry, Kansas. He's a regular there as a winner at MoCan in the juniors. He defeated, I always love seeing the girls in the finals, the Emma Elliott from Yale, Oklahoma. Today, no electronics. Altamont, Kansas's Joe Brooks defeats Stephen Mays out of Muskogee, Oklahoma. Super Pro Glenn Dilday from Sibley, Missouri defeated Gordon Lassiter, also from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Your junior finals, let's see, the team standings. This is the big one. This is the one that really counts. The teams, all the tracks, Cedar Falls, Tulsa, MoCan, different tracks put together teams. Some of them do an A and B because they have so many. Cedar Falls A team wins the CDRA finals. Tulsa Raceway is second. Cedar Falls B team finishes third. So Cedar Falls absolutely tearing it up there at MoCan this weekend with the finals. The juniors, MoCan's A and B tied for first place in the juniors, followed by Tulsa, Ozark, and Cedar Falls. The mighty Tri-State Speedway over in Pecola, Oklahoma. My buddy Rob Nugent keeps us abreast of everything going on there. They had nearly 300 cars most of the nights there for this. Huge turnouts. This was the 42nd annual Spooker. I believe it was honoring John Hand. Thursday night, your Economy 360 Sport B-Mod winner was Mike Striegel. Lane Traster takes the mini stock, and front-wheel drive was John Willard. On Friday night, day 2, the USRA Modified was Jason Hughes. Dylan Davlin takes the Grand National class. Area Pure Stock was Wesley Bourne. And Cole Wells out of Aurora, Missouri, takes the Cash Money Super Dirt Series late model. Last night, this is the full show, USRA Factory Stock Chad Abernathy. The USRA B-Mod was Ryan Gilmore out of Springfield, Missouri. Jared Russell, the USRA Modified winner. Dylan Davlin again takes the Grand National. Matt French is your Area Factory Stock winner. And open late model was Joe Godsey. Now your Finkbeiner Transfer, Moving and Storage, who did all of our moving, put everything in here in the studio for me. I did do a little moving around, but they did all the heavy lifting, well worth it. Finkbeiner Transfer and Storage, 2215 North Burton. We're not just old or good because we're old because we're good. The big mover of the weekend, the USRA Stock Car winner out of Republic, Missouri. 22 spots he moves up to take the win there. He passed everybody, just about. I mean, he started at the back. I don't know if this was an inverted field, might have been, but what I know is that he passed 22 people to move into first place. Burl Woods out of Republic, Missouri is your Finkbeiner Transfer and Storage big mover of the weekend. Congratulations, Burl. You know that had to be exciting. I bet he didn't sleep at all last night. Nevada Speedway. Last night, factory stock winner out of Webb City, Missouri was Jerry Wheeler. Braden Bennett from Tonganoxie, Kansas. Wasn't familiar with that one. He takes your Midwest Mod, and your USRA B Mod winner, we knew this guy, Andy Bryant out of Fort Scott, Kansas with the win. Lebanon Midway on Friday night, USRA B Mod winner. His first win of the weekend, he doubled up. Chris Jackson takes the victory there. Tony England is your Power Eye Super Stock winner. Ben Newell. Man, Ben Newell has had a great year this year. He takes your Midwest Mods class. The USRA Stock Car was Rob White. Pure Stock, they ran 2 races because the last event that Midway had rained out before the feature, so they did 2 Pure Stock features last Friday night. Bradley McDowell takes 1. The other was Mike Piercy. So Piercy family doing quite well. Your 2021 champions were named. The USRA B-Mod champion for Lebanon Midway for the season, Dayton Pursley. Ted Welshmeyer is your Power Eye Super Stock champion. Midwest Mod champion, Pete Richardson. The USRA Stock Car Fall Series champion was Brian White. And the Pure Stock champion, Brian Piercy. So you got some good wins there. Piercy's, I know I messaged him, and he was super excited, as you can imagine, taking the championship there. I-35 Speedway in Winston, Missouri, Saturday night. USRA Modified winner out of Kansas City, Austin Johnson. Tyler Cadwalder from Amazonia, Missouri is your USRA B-Mod winner. USRA Stock Car winner is Jeff Dixon. Blake Peeler is your Pure Stock victor. Midwest Limited Late Model was Paul Glendening. James Silkwood takes the E-Mod class, and Sport Compact was Chris White. Moving over to the new North Central Arkansas Speedways, they call it. Great looking logo there. Really like them. In Yellville, Arkansas, they put a message out on Saturday. Said, hey, Springfield fans and racers, we don't have rain down here in Yellville, so come on down and see us. I kind of liked that. They were, Springfield rained out. The other tracks ought to invite everybody down, and they did. Hornet class, Chris Martin takes the victory. Cody Robinson is your hobby stock winner. Super stock was Tony Anglin. Robbie Ewing is your B-Mod victor, and Terry Henson takes the dirt late model. Valley Speedway in Grain Valley, Missouri. This was the King of KC Star Fall Brawl. Don't know what all that means, to be honest, but it sounds cool. Your E-Mod victor was Darren Bennett. Dirt Demon, Eric Schmidt. Almost undefeated this year, Eric Schmidt in that Dirt Demon class. Your Valley Non-Wing Sprint winner, Quentin Benson, Dan Charles takes your B-Mod class, and Mod Lights, Dylan Rafferty. Matter of fact, I saw that the top 3 positions was all Rafferty's. That's a tough group to beat for sure. Moving over to a story that I just did not want to, never thought I would have to cover. For me to be speechless is almost impossible, and I'm almost speechless. Back in September, we talked about our pal, Brian Cogdill. He had turned 33 in August, had COVID, was on a ventilator, had some ups and downs, thought he was going to come out of this okay. But on September 6th, Brian succumbed to the effects of COVID, leaving behind his wife Ashley and their 11-year-old son Bryson. Almost inexplicably, yesterday morning, Bryson goes in to wake up his mom. Ashley Cogdill, 32 years of age, is unresponsive. She had passed in her sleep. The cause of this has not been, I don't know that it's been determined. It certainly hasn't been released. So to speculate on that would be horribly inappropriate. But I would say a broken heart is certainly not out of the realm of possibilities. What I do know for sure now is that this young man, Bryson Cogdill, will have to face Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, his graduation, and everything, having lost his 2 parents in their early 30s, just shy of 7 weeks apart. It's a tragedy. I don't understand it. I don't know why. But life is about adjusting. As racers, you know that. You don't expect your car to break down. You make adjustments and then you adapt to it and you overcome it. I have received so many messages and from racing friends and others asking how can we help. To be honest, I don't know just yet. There are some things in the works. I know that people have reached out tremendously that this young man right here, Bryson, Ashley and Brian are his mom and dad. But right now, nobody has a bigger family in the racing community in the Ozarks than Bryson Cogdill, because there are thousands of people that he's never met. They're saying, I want to help this young man, and whatever it takes to keep him. One driver in particular said, whatever it takes to keep him in a go-kart, you tell me. Larry Hunt called pledging his support. It was absolutely heartbreaking, the news, but at the same time, amazing, the outpouring of support of people saying, you tell me what I need to do to help this young man. And as we find out, we will let you know. Some things are in the works to help him with his education in the future. And as a racing fan, I'd be willing to bet you he would love any tracks he goes to. Not pity, but bring him down, let him check out the carts, let him help you turn some wrenches, do some things. This young man's going to need a lot of love, and there's a lot of love that's being offered to him. So let's take good care of him. All we can hope is that right now Ashley and Brian are together and watching over him, and it'll make them happy to see all these race people coming together to take care of their son. So the funeral is going to be a private funeral on Friday. However, there will be a public graveside memorial at the Cisco Funeral Chapel in Pea Ridge, Arkansas on Friday morning at 10 a.m. If you're down there, we won't be able to make it because of work schedules, but Brian and Ashley, our hearts are with you. And Bryson, buddy, we'll see you at the races, all right? More bad news from racing. Texas drag race in Kerrville, Texas, yesterday at the Kerr County Airport. This is 60 miles northwest of San Antonio. Race Wars 2, they call it. 3,500 people are in attendance at this event. These kind of outlaw races they do on a airport track. You know why they fly airplanes and don't run drag cars down it? Because it's not a goddamn drag strip. You shouldn't be running this. There's just no way this is a good idea. They put up barrels of water down from the start line to the finish line. Oh, I don't know. Drag cars don't quit going fast at the finish line. Stuff happens afterwards. This car, after the finish line, gets out of control, runs into the crowd, injures 8 people. A 6-year-old child and an 8-year-old child, both boys, died at the scene. A 46-year-old woman is in critical condition. A 26-year-old man is in unknown condition. A 4-year-old boy and a 3-month-old girl were both taken to the ER as precautionary to check on them. So that's 2, 4, 6. There's 2 more people that we didn't have a report on their condition. This was an 8th-mile track. Again, they thought, oh, we'll put up water barrels along the track. Fans were allowed within 15 feet of the track. There's a reason why the tracks put such safety measures, and they tell you want to get down closer and closer and closer to the line and to the action. They say you got to stay back. They don't not want you to have a good time. They don't want to have this. So be smart. Promoters, for God's sakes, take care of your fans. This is the kind of thing. This is not a reflection of Ozark Raceway Park, Tulsa Raceway Park, Mocan, but to the people who barely know it, they lump it all together. They don't know it. You see some story of a small go-kart track running rogue and they don't follow safety guidelines. Something stupid happens and then people go, oh, I bet E3 and Twisters that way. No, they're not. This is why we have rules in place. So this is a tragic, unnecessary story, and it breaks my heart. And I know this driver has absolutely got to be torn up about it. So I hope that a lesson can be learned and that we never have to have that kind of story again either. Hey, moving over to pros, we're going to try to salvage the show with a little good news here. Xfinity on Saturday. Doubled up on Saturday. There was Xfinity Series and then ARCA and then NASCAR. Xfinity Racing. By golly, Ty Gibbs comes in and wins. This is, I think, his 4th win. 4th Xfinity win for a guy who doesn't even race the series full time. Jumps over the truck series and goes straight to Xfinity. This little turkey's going to be good. If you get a chance to meet him, you want to get his autograph now for sure. So Ty Gibbs takes the win. Austin Cindric is 2nd. AJ Allmendinger 3rd. Justin Haley 4th. And Ryan Sieg is 5th. What that does on your points for the season now in your playoffs, Cindric, Allmendinger, Allgaier, and Daniel Hemrick are your top 4. On the bubble is Haley, Gregson, Jones, and Harrison Burton. After his win last night, or yesterday afternoon in the Xfinity Series, Ty Gibbs, let's see here. Let's skip this here. Let's give Nick Sanchez his due. Nick Sanchez takes the win in the ARCA race. Ty Gibbs finishes 2nd. Wow, what a drop-off. First in the Xfinity, 2nd in the ARCA race. Corey Heim is 3rd, Drew Dollar 4th. Gibbs led the first 99 laps of this, and it was the last 3 that mattered. Sanchez gets around him. But your 2021 ARCA Series champion is Ty Gibbs. Not a bad year. He wins the ARCA championship and wins 4 races. I think he had seven or so wins on the ARCA. I'd have to look for sure. And 4 wins at Xfinity. By golly, there's his stock is worth a lot right now. There's so much you could say about, well, Joe Gibbs is his grandpa. You still got to drive that car because when you get down to it, these cars ain't that much different. There's a lot of it has to do with the driver. And this little fella can flat wheel that car for sure. NASCAR. You'd think this isn't a rerun. This isn't a rerun. We're live. Kyle Larson wins again. He is having one hell of a year. Kyle Larson with his another win. He takes the win here. Chase Elliott second, Kevin Harvick third. I guess they didn't wreck each other. I guess NASCAR's message about cut the crap came through. Kurt Busch with a good run. Denny Hamlin, right about where he always runs, a consistent top five there, fifth place finish. We don't have the points. They were posted, but I don't know that they were current and up to date. Not comfortable enough saying, okay, this is the points as they run. We'll, of course, let you know about that. Again, we will be following the story with Bryson Cogdill closely. And as soon as we know something about how some people can help out with him. This isn't, just remember, this isn't about today or this week. Bryson's 11 years old. This is about a lifetime of taking care of him, and we will absolutely do our best to help keep this young man in the racing community and everybody wrap their arms around him, give him some love. So, hey, give the person you love. That just goes to show you, if you have some people in your life that you love, tell them right now. Tell them you love them. Don't ever let them go without telling them you love them, because you never know when you won't get to see them again. Say, I love you, and be happy. For ORP TV, I'm Craig Stagner. We'll see you back here Wednesday night with a live show, 6 p.m. on Facebook Live. Until then, I'm Stagner.